Hello, it is Saturday, December 16th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, which means we may well be solving the trickiest themeless crossword of the week, the trickiest crossword of the week of any sort, and this one is a themeless, well, most likely a themeless, the second of two on a Saturday. And this potentially tricky themeless edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Kathleen Quinn, Quartidiophile, Overfull Hitbox, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the 5 of them. They are benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. That means they support this channel directly. They keep this whole thing going. Very grateful to them for that. So thank you to those 5, but thank you to everybody who's a patron of the channel at any level. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to help out the channel in that same way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field. You'll find there a selection of bonus videos, at this point quite a large selection. It includes yesterday's mini puzzle pseudo speed solve. I solved the last 7 days of New York Times mini puzzles. And the previous day, I solved the December monthly bonus puzzle from the New York Times themed around Make a Gift Day. So do check those out if you're a patron. And there's also, of course, the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which you can join via a description field link. It's a nice, friendly chat community over there. And finally, it's a big help as well if you subscribe to the channel, like videos, comment on them. All those things are helpful. So thanks if you engage in those activities at all, ever. And finally, let's get on to the crossword. This is a Saturday themeless puzzle by Garrett Chalfin, who's constructed, I believe, around half a dozen puzzles for the New York Times. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. And let's start solving and see how we do today. Right, wow, a very elegant grid, a very sparsely decorated grid. Let's see, placed with dressing options. A salad bar, maybe? Yeah, that fits. I think that might be right. Name found forward and backward in Miranda Rights. Name found forward and backward, so it'll be a palindrome, presumably. Will it? Ira or oh, I see. Ira. Well, it could be Ira or Ari, because Ira is found in Miranda and Ari is found bridging the gap between Miranda and Rights. Well, we don't know which one, because those are both names, but it'll have an R in the middle either way. Sentence with a lot of commas, perhaps, would be a run-on sentence. So it keeps going and overstays its welcome. One's making a racket. Tennis pros? No. Let's look at the downs here. Trash hauler. A scow, maybe. So, sort of trash barge kind of watercraft. Musical effect that comes from the Italian for to play on a harp. Oh, I wish I knew what this... it probably ends with an O. Is it arpeggio? Yeah, that would make sense, because an arpeggio is when you break a chord up into its component notes, and then you stagger the notes. So it creates a kind of, it's almost like a musical ramp in a way. There's another version of that, a glissando, but that's not based on a chord. It's based on a scale. But that would make sense if it were from to play on a harp, because that's how harp works. A harp essentially plays arpeggios. If you just, sort of strum the strings. Sorry, I can't seem to think properly today. Anyway, that must be it. Let's look around. One's making a racket. I'm not sure, question mark. One's making a racket. So the question mark here is a pun indicator, and it will mean we're not referring to making a lot of sound. At least I think that's what this is suggesting, because making a racket, that's a very common English language idiomatic phrase that means to make noise, obviously. But when we have a question mark pun indicator, it means we're not reading it in the idiomatic way. Often, in fact, we read it in a more literal way. So that's why I was thinking one's making a tennis racket. But it could be a racket like a scam or a hustle or a cartel, that kind of thing. So crime, one's making a racket. Criminals, maybe? This doesn't look very good. Tiny messenger, no, that'll be RNA. As in messenger RNA, used recently in vaccines and things. isn't 100%. If one ails, maybe one is ill, one is sick, one ails, one isn't 100%. Audacious self-assurance. Brio or brash? That would be brashness. What would this be? Brass, maybe? You've got some brass. There we go. You've got some audacious self-assurance, you might say to someone in a slightly overly verbose way. So what about the ones making a racket? Kingpins? Crime? Still not seeing this. Huh. I could have something wrong here, of course. Motion pictures. Motion pictures. Art, opera, something. Tricky puzzle so far for me, anyway. Young woman, quaintly. A wee lass. There we go. There we go. There's something I can put in the grid. Bookish. A bookish person is literate, literati, literato. Let's see. Blank sauce. Soy sauce. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Bottom. What to call a king? Sire. Oh, this isn't literate. Okay. Call a king sire. Tiny type size. I do not even have a sense of what this is. Oh, did it start already? Did it start already? Are we live or something? All live? No. Timepiece. Really struggling in this region, aren't I? What else can we do? Bookish. Oh, literary. Why did I not immediately see that? Sorry, that should have been very clear. Not sure what I was missing with that one, but that's clearly the answer. Okay, new LinkedIn members, perhaps. Graduates, you've just graduated from university and you're taking your first step into the adult world by registering with LinkedIn, a time-honored tradition. Did it start already? Am I late? There we go. There we go. That's what it is. Good. That's fine. A crime ring are ones making a racket. There we go. There we go. Good. Oh, optical art, motion pictures. Okay. Yeah, so that's from which we get the more commonly used phrase op art, this sort of optical illusion sort of things where it can appear as though the static art is in motion. So a timepiece is a decade, a piece of time. Very good. Okay. And then tiny type size. Agate? That must be it. What about this? Bottom, your ass, your bottom. There we go. And then this is soy sauce after all. Okay, good. Finally, what was the thing that unlocked that? I guess literary helped. And then, yeah, I guess I just started sort of started waterfalling. All right, situations involving multiple romantic partners. Greek dramas, maybe? Or why would that be? I don't know why that would be romantic specifically. I don't think that's right. Situations involving multiple romantic partners. I'm not sure. Portmanteau for poly relationships. Oh, a throuple? I have heard that used. So to refer to a kind of, not a pairing, but three people. Actually, it's funny that is right next to situations involving multiple romantic partners. I don't think there's actually any thematic relevance. That must have just been a sort of nod from the constructor, but because this is a Saturday puzzle. So no theme. But do I think I know what this is? Not sure I do. I don't know. All right, you can't be serious. That's not? I'm not sure. Name found forward and backward and oh right, yeah, this is Aria or Ira. Heart. I'm not sure. Heart could mean quite a lot of things. It could mean obviously the organ in your body. It could mean heart as in emotion. It could mean the heart of something, the sort of core of it. Yeah, it has all sorts of meanings. Whoops. Film unlikely to have a costume designer. A documentary, maybe? Or cartoon? I mean, you'd still need a costume designer for a cartoon. It would just be different. Wouldn't make them in reality. I don't know. Not sure. A nature film or something? I don't know. That would still be a documentary, I think. You can't be serious. I don't know. Clear evidence. Smoking gun. I don't know. One side in a noted family feud. Hatfields and McCoys. Maybe this is wrong. One side in a noted family feud. The Hatfields and McCoys. That's a kind of famous American family, generationally lasting feud. I don't know if that's actually the answer, but I'm just going to see. Factory seconds for short. I think that would be what sort of irregular clothing and things like that, sold at a discount. That would be pluralized here, and that I'd also think this probably needs to be pluralized because at the one side would be the Hatfields. You wouldn't say Hatfield, so I don't think it is Hatfields and McCoys. Who are some noted family feuds? I'm sure it'll seem obvious when I eventually get it. So this could be. I mean, irreg is the term often used. Well, irregular, and then this says for short, so it would be irreg for clothing that or whatever that has some kind of defect right from the factory. That would comport with this, which would then be ira, and they're impulsive. Probably ends in an S. Clear evidence. Oh, something signs. It's a tricky crossword, isn't it? Wow, 10 minutes in, I've not gotten very far. Heart. The heart of the matter, the nub of the matter, the crux of the matter. There we go. Once again, useful to just sort of talk through some of these at times. They're impulsive axons, and all impulse might run through axons in your kind of neural system. Sorry about the hammering. Let's just start it. Film unlikely to have a porno, I guess. Wow. Okay, that's a racy clue. So yeah, I guess you don't need costumes. All right, courteous behavior formally. Courteous behavior is. I can't think what this is for some reason. What about this? You can't be serious. You can't be serious. Something on. And to pretend to be is to pose as somebody. Okay, so you can't be serious. Oh, I don't know why. I just can't quite get this. Okay, where else can we look? I've been stuck here for a while. I should look elsewhere. First band to surpass 1 billion streams on Spotify, 2014. I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't know if I should assume it's a band that's been around for ages and would have had time to accrue, but it doesn't matter because Spotify hasn't been around for ages. So that's sort of irrelevant. So it's probably a more current band then, something that people are listening to lots in that moment, at that time. When did Spotify begin? Maybe 10 years before that, possibly? I don't know. I'm probably overthinking this. I'll just wait till I have some crosses. Events offering a whole lot to choose from. Auctions? There we go. Finally, something relatively straightforward. Okay, so events offering you bid on a lot in an auction. Follower of one or single in biology. Single celled? I don't know. Yeah. One cell doesn't really sound any different. It doesn't sound interesting. Its moves include enchufla and sombrero steps. Some sort of dance. I don't know offhand. Events with matadors. Bullfights, or what would this be called? It's something like the corrido or something like that. The kind of bull running or the bullfighting tradition. I can't remember. That would make auctions wrong. Events offering a whole lot to choose from. I want it to be auctions, but maybe it isn't. Oh, no, it isn't. It can't be. Sorry, I just realized. No, never mind. I was going to say it can't be because the question mark means the lot won't mean lot, but that's not true. The lot means it doesn't mean a whole lot, meaning a great deal of something, a high number. Okay, so that doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't auctions, but I'm going to delete it anyway because I actually don't think it's going to be right. Alternative to cooking oil, Pam maybe. That's a kind of sprayable grease surface. I mean, I guess I would have still considered it cooking oil, but I guess I don't technically know what it is. Let's see if that fits. It's a brand name. Geographical abbreviation. Mountains? I mean, I don't know. This could be lots of things, I would think. Fragrant brew used in traditional medicine. Assam tea? I don't know. If I could have the honor. Permit me. There we go. That means if I could have the honor. Great. Moved. And singer Bobby with a brave-sounding last name. Oh, Bobby Darin. Oh, that's funny. So he's daring. He's Darren, in a colloquial sense. And then geographical abbreviation. Oh, maybe it is mountain. MTN. Let's see. Moved. Oh, if you were moved, you were sent. You were kind of emotionally moved. You were transported. All right. So then, anise tea. There we go. That's better. That's much more fragrant than Assam. I mean, Assam is fragrant as well, I suppose, but anise has that very distinctive fragrance. All right, great. Companies or firms. Good. Here's a more profitable corner, speaking of firms. Opposite of peaceful. Opposite of peaceful. Not sure. I can't think offhand. Bleak is dismal, maybe? And ruling in Islamic law could be a fatwa. Let's see. Savory pies. Pasties, like a Cornish pasty. A little sort of crescent-shaped meat pie, usually. Opposite of peaceful. Oh, maybe this isn't sent, but rather moved. Oh, you moved somewhere. You went there. Okay, yeah, that's another meaning. So opposite of peaceful is war-torn. There we go. Okay. So be prepared. Oh, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. That's super. Real neat? Well, maybe it is okay, actually. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe it is. Winter accessory, some sort of warmer. A leg warmer. There we go. That's what we want. Complete is... I don't know. That's odd looking. Complete. Maybe this isn't leg? Crew implement. No, it isn't leg. Okay. Because a crew implement would be an oar for a boat. So what is the winter accessory? What kind of warmer is it? I don't know. Complete. And be prepared. Oh, something motto? To figure something out is to sort it out. There we go. Okay, so be prepared is the scout motto. Right, that's the motto of scouting. Yeah. Okay, like Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Okay, so complete. Pure. Right, the complete truth, I guess, the pure truth. Ear warmer is a winter accessory. There we go. So, okay, I don't know the move. I don't know whose move. What's the dance? I guess whose moves include enchufla and sombrero steps. But I think this is probably how it ends. And then events with matadors simply ends with an S. I think it's going to start with a C. It'd be something like this, maybe? Maybe. One side in a noted family feud. Corleones? No. Okay. I can't even tell where that hammering's coming from. It's not coming from the usual direction. It's very surprising. Okay, one subject to a religious ban from the 1521 Edict of Worms. Maybe this isn't corridors. Maybe corridors, maybe. I want this to be Lutheran. Which I'm pretty sure is right. Oh, dance. Right, it just ends with dance. Its moves include... Okay, great. I haven't a clue. I mean, it could be anything. It could be, I know it couldn't actually be anything. It'll be something specific, but because of my lack of knowledge, to me, it could be anything. Salsa dance, tango dance, I'm not sure. Okay, Hades vis-a-vis Persephone. Her captor, I guess you could say. She's sort of captured by Hades and becomes the queen of the underworld. That could be the answer. First band to surpass 1 billion streams on Spotify. Should this be really obvious to me? I'm not sure. Okay. Events offering a whole lot to choose from. I really wanted that to be auctions. I'm really stumped now that it isn't. 5 asterisks say. Is it maybe bleep profanity or 5 stars? No, it isn't. It's 5 stars. It's a top-rated film, for instance, or, a product review or something. All right, great. Church gifts are tithes. There you go. You would donate a portion of your income. And then surfing hazards are riptides. Okay, good. This feels like I'm cresting I was going to say cresting a hill, but maybe I'm cresting a wave, evading the surfing hazards. Thickets are copses. There we go. So kind of, clearings in a wood or something. Okay, crushes that have lost their sparkle. Oh, sodas. So Crush is a brand of soda. I think it's some kind of fruit soda, Orange Crush maybe. And anyway, they've lost their sparkle. They've gone flat. Custom car built with old parts and a shabby aesthetic. I don't think I know this, but if I had to guess based on that definition and this clue, rat rod maybe? A kind of portmanteau of ratty and hot rod? I don't know. That's a complete guess. Cut used for London broil traditionally. That's a steak. What? I actually don't know. Although actually I suppose I don't need to know because with this FL it must be flank steak. I didn't know that. That's not what I would have guessed, but obviously my guess wasn't very useful. I don't think there's another cut that starts with FL. Buenos Aires, there we go, the city. That's straightforward enough. Classic video game character portrayed by John Leguizamo in 1993. I've actually never seen this, but there was a, infamously sort of strange adaptation of Super Mario Brothers in that year. And the character Luigi, Mario's brother, was portrayed by John Leguizamo. So, World Wildlife Fund and others, in brief, those are NGOs, non-government organizations. And maybe this is Rat Rod. I'm pleased with myself for inferring that, if so. And then I kid. So I'm joking, I kid. Great. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay, its moves include enchufla and sombrero steps. Maybe it is salsa dance. Events offering a whole lot to... car sales. A lot as in a car lot. Like I guess used or new cars on a lot. All right. So, so this is going to be salsa dance then. I think it's all being confirmed. I don't know what this is. I'm going to come back to it. One side in a noted family feud. I don't know. Clear evidence. Star signs? I don't know why that would be clear evidence. Not sure. You can't be serious. something me on? Situations involving multiple romantic partners. Something dates? Oh, group dates. There we go. There we go. Fairly straightforward answer, actually. Oh, Coldplay, I guess. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, okay. So maybe my thought process was correct earlier in the sense of trying to imagine the kind of decade or so preceding 2014. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even. I'm not even sure when the height of Coldplay's popularity would have been, but probably around that. Okay. Oh, right. Portmanteau over poly relationships. Didn't I have? Oh, no. I had a singular of this in there. That was where I went wrong. Right. Okay. Thruples is the answer. I doubled the P in order to make it fit the length, but I should have considered that. Why couldn't this be a plural? Okay. So you can't be serious. Oh, move on. Oh, is that a phrase? Oh, move on. Follower of one or single in biology. One, oh, maybe it is one celled or single celled. Why did I say it wasn't? Oh, because I said one cell or single cell. Yeah, okay. So actually, a couple times in a row, or in adjacent answers anyway, I just did not think of a very simple modification that would have made my answer work. Oh, Capulets. Yeah, from Romeo and Juliet. The Capulets and Montagues. Ah, ridiculous. That was the one side of the noted family feud. And then courteous behavior is comity. There we go. And so this is you can't be serious is oh, come on. And oh, good. Okay. Tricky puzzle for me. I mean, a big step up in difficulty from yesterday, I'd say, for me anyway. And as we know, these puzzles can really vary in terms of how they strike a given solver. But yeah, tough one. And where did I struggle? I think it was sort of. I don't even remember. I think it was actually just kind of tough the whole way through. I think this central area actually was particularly tough. Yeah, it was. Although I made it harder than I needed to by having thruple instead of thruples, by having cell in mind instead of celled, which is obviously the more correct formation, and I just should have thought about it. So yeah, definitely made this tough for myself at times, but also I just think it was a tricky puzzle. Just an appropriate Saturday solve, and sometimes that's how it goes, and it is what we sign up for on Saturday. Let me know how you fared with this one. I'm very curious to know how people managed with this this grid. Quite a range of knowledge as well. I mean, and that is, as I said yesterday, often. I think appropriate for themeless crosswords. Anyway, having said all that, let's see. I do have some time for clues from yesterday's puzzle, so let's look over those. Let's see. First, we have a comment from Andre Alforque, who says, the lore with high noon, this is referring to duels in the Old West taking place at high noon. The lore with high noon is that the sun isn't in either person's eyes, thus leveling the playing field. That makes sense. That makes complete logical sense. That said, and this is what I would have expected as well, and I think I said as much yesterday, but this person continues, today I learned it's likely a Hollywood trope with no historical significance. That makes sense. I mean, it is what I would have guessed. The drama was the main thing. Okay, and Brian Spurrier points out, regarding usage of the phrase nth, referring to the nth degree, in common usage, nth refers to some extremely high degree, but in math it just means any arbitrary element. I've noticed the crossword typically use the common definition, but this one actually uses the mathematical one. And then Queen Nala replies to point out, the constructor is a physics PhD student. Explains that, eh? Well, there we go. No, I had no idea. And finally, this is not correcting me or providing context, but I appreciated Rick K observing Chris cleaning up today on the sports clues. So yes, thanks. It's such a rare occurrence that I will take the congratulations whenever I can get them. There we have it. That was the Saturday crossword tricky puzzle, I thought. Let me know how you fared in the Discord chat server or the comments. Always curious to know. I'll be back tomorrow with a much larger grid, but should be a much gentler puzzle in terms of the cluing for the Sunday-themed edition. Join me then, but until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.